Good day, Philippines, and good day, world. I am your host, Lyle Daño, and welcome to another season of Who Wants to Be a Thousandaire, featuring Law Unlimited Partnership and Revised Corporation Code. Today's episode is really special because our very special guest. Our special guest is a second-year college student from Cebu Normal University taking up Bachelor of Physical Education. She's a dance enthusiast, a part-time model, part-time Latin dancer, and a youth advocate. She also represented our school in high school and portrayed as Bulakna in the Rampada Festival last 2017 and 2018. She also joined many beauty pageants and also garnered titles for it. She also joined several debate competitions and has a large interest when it comes to law. Let us welcome our guest for today, Miss Hershey K. Diabao.
Hi, Lyle.
Hi,
Merry
Shay.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to kumusta naman kasi mong life ron?
Well, okay na tayo. Despite sa pandemic mo, I'm still thankful and grateful and very blessed and healthy job yung tamang panahon na.
Yeah.
Especially during holidays.
Happy na Christmas, right?
Yes.
That's good. So here is the mechanics of the game. There are 5 categories, which are very easy, average, difficult, and very difficult. Each category has 5 questions, totaling to 25 questions all in all. Answer all 25 questions correctly, and you will get 1,000 pesos. You have 10 seconds to answer very easy. You have 15 seconds to answer easy, 20 seconds to answer average, 25 seconds to answer difficult, and 30 seconds to answer very difficult. So you have 5 lifelines, which are, you have 2 50-50s, which mean duha ka choices ang ma-out. You have 1 out, which literally means na usa ka choice nga ma-out. And last is you have call a friend lifeline, which is pwede ka nga maka-call of 1 friend to help you answer the question. So now, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, now let's play Who Wants to Be a Thousandaire? So, for everybody's information, before ni ali si Miss Hershey K. Diabao sa atong game, or before siya nagduwa ni, last week I sent her a copy of Limited Partnership na Law and Revised Corporation Code na kanang copy para na siya studyhan to be very ready for this game. So, Miss Hershey K, are you ready?
Yes, I think so, Lyle.
Let's play Who Wants to Be a Thousandaire? So let's start with the very easy round. Question number 1. A limited partner can contribute all of the following except A. Services, B. Cash, C. Property, or letter D. All can be contributed. Go. Time's up. What is your answer?
Services.
Services is correct.
According to Article 1845, limited partners can only contribute money and property and cannot contribute services to the partnership to protect persons dealing with the firms with fraud.
Question number 2. He is a person admitted to all the rights of a limited partner who has died or has assigned his interest in a partnership. A. Limited partner, B. General partner, C. Substitute limited partner, or letter D. Silent partner. Go.
No need to think naman.
Yeah, it's so easy to do. Time's up. What is your answer?
Of course, letter C, substitute limited partner.
And that's correct.
Article 1859 states that a substitute limited partner is a person admitted to all the rights of a limited partner who has died or has assigned his interest in a partnership.
Question number 3. Which of the following does not cause the dissolution of a partnership? A. Death of a general partner. B. Death of a limited partner. C. Insanity of a general partner. Or letter D. Insolvency of a general partner. Go. Time's up. What is your answer?
Letter B, death of a limited partner.
Death of a limited partner is correct.
Article 1860 states that the retirement, death, insolvency, insanity, or civil interdiction of a general partner dissolves the partnership, while the death of a limited partner does not cause the dissolution of the partnership.
Question number 4. It is an artificial being created by operation of law, having the rights of succession and the powers, attributes, and properties expressly authorized by law or incidental to its existence. A. Cooperative. B. Sole proprietorship. C. Partnership. Or letter D. Corporation. Go. Nara dun sa atong high school, right?
Senior
Senior
high
high.
school.
It is indeed really very easy. Okay, time's up. What is your answer?
Letter D, corporation.
Of course, corporation is correct.
Section 2 of the Revised Corporation Code states that a corporation is an artificial being created by operation of law, having the right of succession and the powers, attributes, and properties expressly authorized by law or incidental to its existence.
Okay, we're now on our last question for the very easy round. They are the stockholders or members mentioned in the Articles of Incorporation as originally forming the corporation. A. Corporators. B. Incorporators. C. General partners. Or letter D. Limited partners. Go. Easier sa siya. Time's up. What's your answer?
Incorporation. Incorporators.
Letter B, incorporators is correct.
Section 5 states that incorporators are those stockholders or members mentioned in the Articles of Incorporation as originally forming and composing the corporation and who are signatories thereof, while corporators are those who compose a corporation, whether as stockholders or shareholders in a stock corporation or as members in a non-stock corporation.
At this point, let's go to our easy round. Okay, in this round, 15 seconds to answer. Question number 1. What do you call a type of share which have been issued and fully paid but subsequently reacquired? A. Treasury shares. B. Founders shares. C. Redeemable shares. Or letter D. Outstanding shares. Go. Okay, time's up. What is your answer?
Treasury shares.
Letter A, treasury shares is correct.
Section 9 states that treasury shares are shares of stock which have been issued and fully paid for but subsequently reacquired by the issuing corporation through purchase, redemption, donation, or some other lawful means.
Question number 2 for the easy round. In the Revised Corporation Code, what is now the new corporate term for every corporation? A. 10 years. B. 15 years. C. 75 years. Or letter D. Corporations shall have perpetual existence. Go.
Sa unang corporation ko with 50 years, but then, ang Vice is perpetual.
Okay, time's up. What is your answer?
Letter D, corporation or on shall have perpetual existence.
Letter D, corporation shall have perpetual existence is correct.
Section 11 states that a corporation shall have perpetual existence unless its articles of incorporation provides otherwise.
Question number 3. It is the due incorporation of any corporation claiming in good faith to be a corporation under this code. A. De facto corporation. B. De jure or de jure corporation. C. Corporation by estoppel. Or letter D. Corporation sold. Go. Time's up.
Letter A, de facto corporation.
De facto corporation is correct.
Section 19 states that the due incorporation of any corporation claiming in good faith to be a corporation under this code and its right to exercise corporate powers shall not be inquired into collaterally in any private suit to which such corporation may be a party is what we call de facto corporations.
Question number 4. Immediately after election of board of directors, they must formally organize all of the following positions except A. A president. B. A vice president. C. Secretary. Or letter D. Treasurer. Go.
This corporation will remove the vice president. Secretary, of course, na. Especially treasurer, money. But
Time's up. What is your answer?
vice president.
Letter B. Vice president is correct.
Section 24 states that immediately after the election of board of directors, the directors of a corporation must formally organize and elect a president who must be a director, a treasurer who must be a resident, a secretary who must be a citizen and resident of the Philippines, and such other officers as may be provided in the bylaws.
Question number 5. Any person, partnership, association, or corporation, singly or jointly with others, may form a corporation but must not be more than blank in number. A. 5. B. 10. C. 15. Or letter D. 20. Go.
Go kami kinani siya sa high school.
Yan, adjunct siya sa high school.
Yes, Lyle.
Senior high pa lang. Tuloan na tayo. Time's up. What is your answer?
Letter C, 15.
15 is correct.
Section 10 states that any person, partnership, association, or corporation, singly or jointly with others, but not more than 15 in number, may organize a corporation for any lawful purpose or purposes.
At this juncture, let's move to the average round. First question. Stockholders may create a voting trust for the purpose of conferring upon a trustee the right to vote and other rights pertaining to the shares for a period not exceeding to how many years? A. 5. B. 10. C. 15. Or letter D. 20. Go. Time's up. What is your answer?
5 years. 8?
5 years.
Yeah.
5 years is correct!
Yes.
Section 58 states that one or more stockholders of a stock corporation may create a voting trust for the purpose of conferring upon a trustee or trustees the right to vote and other rights pertaining to the shares for a period not exceeding 5 years at any time.
Second question for the average round. No blank stock shall be voted for, vote, or represented in meetings until and unless payment is made by the holder of such stocks for the amount due. A. Common. B. Preferred. C. Delinquent. Or letter D. Subscribed. Go. Nice. Time's up. What's your answer?
Delinquent?
Delinquent shares is correct.
Section 70 states that there must be no delinquent stock that will be voted for, be entitled to vote, or be represented at any stockholders' meetings, nor shall the holder thereof be entitled to any of the rights of a stockholder except the right to dividends in accordance with the provisions of this code until and unless payment is made by the holder of such delinquent stock for the amount due on the subscription with accrued interests and the cost and expenses of advertisement, if any.
Third question for the average round. It is a corporation formed and organized outside the Philippines. It's really easy. A. Domestic corporation. B. Corporation by estoppel. C. Foreign corporation. Or letter D. Quasi corporation. Go.
Oh my God, love, this is so obvious.
Yeah, it's
I
really
think
obvious.
nabilong niya siya sa easy rounds, no?
Base na wrong ang nagbuhat. You have your answer na?
Yeah.
Bago sa lang sa time.
Abot ako sa time.
Time's up. What's your answer?
Of course, Lyle, it's foreign corporation.
Foreign corporation?
Yeah.
Foreign corporation is correct.
Section 140 states that a foreign corporation is one formed, organized, or existing under laws other than those of the Philippines and whose laws allow Filipino citizens and corporations to do business in its own country or state.
Okay, fourth question for the average round. It is the term used to describe the total shares of stock issued whether fully or partially paid. A. Treasury shares. B. Common capital stocks. C. Preferred shares. Or letter D. Outstanding capital stock. Go. Time's up. What's your answer?
Outstanding capital stock.
Outstanding capital stock is correct.
Section 173 states that the term outstanding capital stock, as used in this code, shall mean the total shares of stock issued under binding subscription contracts to subscribers or stockholders, whether fully or partially paid, except treasury shares.
We're now on our last question for the average round. It is a type of corporation where no part of its income is distributable as dividends to its members, trustees, or officers. A. Stock corporation. B. Corporation by estoppel. C. Sole corporation. Or letter D. Non-stock corporation. Go.
My God, obvious as a training answer, no?
This one is easy, let's just do this again.
Very easy.
You have your answer already?
Yeah.
How about this time?
I'll go to the firm.
Time's up! What's your answer?
Letter D, non-stock corporation.
Of course, non-stock corporation is correct!
Section 86 states that a non-stock corporation is one where no part of its income is distributable as dividends to its members, trustees, or officers.
So nahuman na dito sa atong very easy og average round. Naana ta sa atong difficult round. Are you ready, Hershey?
Yes, always Lyle.
Okay. So for the first question sa hard or sa difficult round. Educational corporations shall be governed by what type of law? A. Special laws. B. General laws. C. Criminal law. Or letter D. Family law. Go.
I'm sure we did reach it. I don't know. Special and general. Is it general? General.
You have your answer already?
Yes.
Good. Time's up. What's your answer?
Special laws.
Special laws is correct.
Section 105 states that educational corporations shall be governed by special laws and by the general provision of this code.
And now, the second question for the difficult round. Wala pa kay Wanshi, wala pa kay wrong.
So far. Thank God.
Okay, question number 2. In educational corporations, the trustees that were elected to fill vacancies caused by expiration of term shall hold office for only how many years? A. 3 years. B. 5 years. C. 7 years. Or letter D. 10 years. Go. Wala, sulit siya.
Oh my God, meron na siguro din yung ano, item. Galing po kasi ko. Ay.
Time's up! What's your
Wait,
answer?
Lyle, can I use a lifeline?
Okay, kung saan man na lifeline yung mga gamitan?
1 out, 1 out.
1 out. So one of the choices will be out.
Yes.
Okay, so letter C, ang ma-out. So ang remaining na lang ang mga choices is A, 3 years, B, 5 years, and D, 10 years. So karon sure na ka sa answer?
Sure na dyan ko ka nag-ibog ko niya, basta na-out, so sure na dyan ko anong life.
So what is your answer?
5 years.
B, 5 years. It's correct.
Yes!
Article 106 states that trustees elected to fill vacancies caused by expiration of term shall hold office for 5 years.
Question number 3 for the difficult round. It is a corporation with a single stockholder. A. De facto corporation. B. One-person corporation. C. De jure corporation or de jure corporation. Or letter D. Corporation by Estopel. Go!
Oh my God, like sure ka nga, difficult thing.
Yeah,
It sounds
Correct.
so fun.
indeed jud nga. Murag easy na siya nga question.
Yeah. Keywords to keyword.
So na naka-answer.
Yeah,
So
sure.
paabot na lang ta sa time.
Sige, tapos ay sure na gano'n ko, no? But sure na dyan ko, may doduhan na yun.
Sure na jud ka? So
Yes.
time's up. What's your answer?
Letter B, one-person corporation.
One-person corporation is correct, of course.
Of course.
Article 106 states that trustees elected to fill vacancies caused by expiration of term shall hold office for 5 years.
So next is question number 4. For the difficult round. In case of postponement of stockholders or members' regular meetings, written notice and the reason shall be sent to all stockholders or members at least how many weeks prior to the date of the meeting? A. 1 week. B. 2 weeks. C. 3 weeks. Or letter D. 1 month. Go.
Wait, oh my god.
Listen to the question.
What did I say? Oh my god, the pressure na po.
Hindi ko ka nga question?
Yes. Wait,
Time's up!
Wait, Lyle, can I use a lifeline again?
What's naman yung lifeline?
Same.
1 out?
1 out.
Sige, 1 choice will be out and that choice will be letter C.
Oh my god.
Letter C ang ma-out. So the remaining choices are A, 1 week, B, 2 weeks, and letter D, 1 month. So what's your final answer?
My final answer is 2 weeks.
B, 2 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks.
2 weeks is correct!
Oh my god, hapit na hapit.
Next, sa do kaya ang imong ma-confuse kaya ang buwan ra sa dang
Kumaasan siya.
Gituyo ka na?
Section 49 states that, in case of postponement of stockholders' or members' regular meetings, written notice thereof and the reason therefor shall be sent to all stockholders or members of record at least 2 weeks prior to the date of the meeting.
Okay, so we are on our last question for the difficult round. Stockholders and members may vote in all of the following ways except A. In person, B. By a proxy, C. In absentia when authorized in the bylaws. Letter D. All of the ways mentioned are applicable. Go.
Time's up. What's your answer?
Letter D.
Letter D is correct. Section 57 states that stockholders and members may vote in person or by proxy in all meetings of stockholders or members, when so authorized in the bylaws or by a majority of the board of directors. The stockholders or members of corporations may also vote through remote communication or in absentia.
So congratulations Hershey kay Dayabaw kay murag imo jung na surpass no ang very easy average of difficult round. So nanata sa pinakalisod nga part sa atong game, the very difficult round. So are you ready?
Yeah, I think so, Lyle.
So,
I'm
dapat lang
ready.
juntang mag-ready din yung
Yes.
kapitan, no? So, sige, you can breathe to ready yourself.
Yes. I'm always ready, Lyle.
You must be ready to do,
Yes,
of course.
of
Labi na
course.
karon. Okay, first question for the very difficult round.
Woo!
What is the minimum capital stock for stock corporations? A. 50,000. B. 100,000. C. 150,000. Or letter D. Not required to have a minimum capital stock. Go.
I've read some information.
I know, what's the kaling part?
Yes.
Okay, so you must know.
I
Ano
think
answer?
so. I hope so, Lyle. Correct me.
May lang sakto imong na remember, no?
Yes. I'm not good in remembering things.
Napabot na natin sa time. Time's up. What's your answer?
Letter D, not required to have a minimum stock.
Letter D is correct.
Babaan ka dito na. Babaan.
Section 12 states that stock corporations shall not be required to have a minimum capital stock except as otherwise specifically provided by special law.
Let's go now to our second question for the very difficult round. Stockholders or members' meeting shall be held where? A. A 5-star hotel. B. Principal office of the corporation. C. Residence of the president. Letter D. Residence of the stockholder having the biggest interest of the corporation. Go.
Yeah, I think so.
Time's up. What's your answer?
As far as I remember, it's letter B, principal office of the corporation.
Principal office of the corporation. Sure, Mahani?
Yes, I think so.
Principal office of the corporation is correct.
Section 50 states that stockholders' or members' meetings, whether regular or special, shall be held in the principal office of the corporation as set forth in the Articles of Incorporation.
Third question for the very difficult round. The following can disqualify a person from being a director, trustee, or officer in a corporation if such person is convicted by final judgment of these, except A. For committing a misdemeanor, B. For violating Republic Act number 8799, C. Offense punishable by imprisonment for a period exceeding 6 years, or letter D. For violating Republic Act number 11232. Go.
First, remember it's a security regulation code. Regulation code, I think. Then the offense punishable by the imprisonment period. It's actually exceeded for 6 years. But then the regulation code is actually a refunds regulation code. So maybe it's
Okay, time's up. What's your answer?
letter A for committing a
Misdemeanor.
misdemeanor.
A is. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm really sure that.
Of course, it's correct.
Yes.
Misdemeanor.
Yung kuya
For
ko.
committing a misdemeanor.
Section 26 states that a person shall be disqualified from being a director, trustee, or officer of any corporation if within 5 years prior to the election or appointment as such, the person was convicted by final judgment of, first, of an offense punishable by imprisonment for a period exceeding 6 years, 2. For violating this code, and 3. For violating Republic Act number 8799, otherwise known as the Securities Regulation Code.
Fourth question for the very difficult round. A private corporation may extend or shorten its term when approved by a majority vote of board of directors or trustees. What do you mean by the majority of votes? A. 25%, B. 50%, C. 50% plus 1. Or letter D, 75%. Go.
And then let it feel the pressure, no?
You try it hard.
Yes, super light. Bilang din ako the pressure. Very down. Oh my God.
Time's up. What's your answer?
Wait, man. Can I use a lifeline? Again.
So, you will use a lifeline.
Yes.
So, napaman kay trick lifelines,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So, unsa may mo i-choose na lifeline?
50-50?
50-50. So, 2 choices will be out.
Yes.
So, 2 ka choices ang mawala.
Okay.
So, 50-50. So, ang nawala nga choices is letter A and letter D.
Oh my God, no!
Remaining B and C. B 50% and C 50% plus 1. So, nagligo pa ka?
Mauna kong ikalipgan nga choices. Nung mo dyan habilin? Pero di na dyan siya mga pressure.
So, what's your final answer?
Can I use another lifeline line?
Okay, you can choose another lifeline, but hindi na ka pwede sa 50-50
Yeah, of
because
course.
it's duha na lang. You have only call a friend lifeline left.
Sige.
So, who will you, kinsa nga friend ang imong tawagan?
Probably si Kwan, si Kisha Uban.
Okay, si Kisha Ompad. So,
Yes.
Kisha Ompad is a second-year customs management student from University of Cebu main campus. So, kato siya kay pabaw sa ito siya gulo.
Oh,
Kay
of course.
grabe sa kay ito siya interest sa law.
Sige.
Muapit sa ito siya mga debates and kwan. So, sige go, call na.
Can I use my phone?
Yeah.
Hello? Siya, mga ibog ni mo, B, about sa law. Sige, pasagutin mo sa phone siya. So the majority of votes sa corporation, 50% or 50% plus 1?
So, you have now your final answer?
Yes, Lyle.
So, what is your final answer?
Letter C, 50% plus 1.
Letter C, 50% plus 1. Ako dyan kagsalig ato ng friend ni mo na.
Yes! Of course.
Sorry, but it's correct!
Section 36 states that a private corporation may extend or shorten its term as stated in the Articles of Incorporation when approved by a majority vote of the Board of Directors or Trustees. Majority vote means 50% plus 1.
Last question for the very difficult round. Financial statements may be certified under the oath by the Treasurer and President if the total assets or liabilities of a corporation is less than how much? A. 500,000 pesos. B. 600,000 pesos. C. 700,000 pesos. Or letter D. 800,000 pesos. Go.
Lyle, pabasahin mo ko.
Very hard mo din ikaw din.
Let's give it a try. Round 1 lang. Alisan mo yung 1.
Yes, yes.
God, no! Dapat ito. Perfect with me.
So time's up. What's your final answer?
Can I use a lifeline?
Yeah, of course. Napaka last lifeline, the
Yes.
50-50.
I'll
So
use that.
50-50, 2 choices out. So the remaining choices are 500,000 letter A and letter B 600,000 pesos. So what is your final answer?
Now? Do it now? 500,000? Hindi ko sure.
Are you sure?
Hindi ko sure.
But is that your final answer?
Yes, my final answer 500,000.
500,000 pesos is
Oh my god.
wrong. I'm so sorry,
Knew
it's
it.
incorrect. The correct answer is letter B.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, dili mo madawat ang 1,000 pesos. But congratulations still because you will receive 825 pesos. Not bad.
Yeah, please na ano.
Section 74 states that if the total assets or total liabilities of the corporation is less than 600,000 pesos or such other amount as may be determined appropriate by the Department of Finance, the financial statements may be certified under oath by the treasurer
So once again,
and
we
the
would like to
president.
thank Mr. Shikay Diabao, our special guest for today's episode, for gracing us with her presence. And also congratulations because bisan wala nimo na correct ang tanang 25 questions, at least bisagwa nimo na kuha ang 1,000 pesos, at least nagyapon kay mauli nga 825 pesos, and it's not bad, right?
Yes,
Tako na kay na. So anything you want to say?
First of all, I want to say thank you, Lyle, for having me here. And thank you so much for the opportunity na mapukod dyan ako mind in terms of law and everything like that. Or mga articles, something. Ganahan ko na ng mga matter. And especially, the other thing that I want to say and to remind you all that to always follow the safety protocols. Kay ngano delikado gyapon ang palibot karong panahon na, especially karon no holidays, so that's also Merry Christmas.
Also, we must follow gihapon ang mga mandated safety protocols na gi-mandate sa atong gobyerno, not just to protect ourselves but also to protect the people around us. Kay once nga maigo na ta or matakda na ta sa virus, matakda na sa atong family. So for your information guys, before filming this, we made sure nga we made sure nga ga-sanitize me og tarong. And also we're neighbors raman sad na we barely go out. Also our family they barely go out, and alam jud importante lang jud nga lakaw ilang adtoon. So there's nothing to worry about kay wala negative jud me or like wala joy chance to be positive, right? So our show has come to an end. I am your host, Lyle Daño, and see you for the next episode of Who Wants to Be a Thousandaire? Bye-bye!